Have you ever wondered if mind reading is possible? Well, let's embark on a journey to explore this intriguing concept. Mind reading, in essence, is the ability to understand and interpret others' thoughts, feelings, and motives. A skill that, if honed, can be a game changer in our everyday interactions and relationships. Think about it. Imagine being able to perceive what your friend isn't saying or knowing when your boss is genuinely pleased with your work. It's about delving deeper, beyond the surface, to comprehend what lies beneath the spoken words. In the realm of business, this can transform negotiations and decision-making. It's about reading between the lines, picking up on subtle cues, and making informed judgments. It's not about manipulation, but about understanding, empathy, and effective communication. So, are you ready to dive into the world of mind reading? Stay tuned as we unravel the science and techniques behind this fascinating skill. Mind reading may sound like a superpower, but it's actually grounded in science. The concept of mind reading is closely linked to our understanding of empathy, emotional intelligence, and nonverbal communication. Let's start with empathy, which is often referred to as the ability to walk in someone else's shoes. But what does this really mean? Researchers have found that empathy is our capacity to understand and share the feelings of others. It's like our minds have this unique ability to project themselves into the experiences of someone else, feeling their joy, their pain, their excitement. Next, we have emotional intelligence. This isn't about being smart in the traditional sense. It's about being smart with feelings, your own and those of others. It's about recognizing and understanding emotions and using this knowledge to manage our behavior and relationships. Studies have shown that individuals with high emotional intelligence are more likely to accurately read the thoughts and feelings of others. Now let's talk about non-verbal communication. This is all about what isn't being said. It's the subtle cues that we pick up from body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice. These cues can often tell us more about what someone is thinking and feeling than their actual words. A key player in all of this is a special type of brain cell known as mirror neurons. These neurons, discovered by accident in the 90s, are thought to be the driving force behind our ability to empathize and understand others. When we see someone perform an action or express an emotion, our mirror neurons mirror that action or emotion in our own brain, allowing us to feel what they're feeling. So you see, mind reading isn't about psychic abilities or magic tricks. It's about understanding human behavior, emotions, and the subtle cues we all give off. It's a skill that we all have to some extent, and with practice we can become better at it. Now that we know the science behind it, let's explore some tactics to read minds. The first tactic is to observe body language. Our bodies often speak volumes, even when our lips remain sealed. From the way we hold our arms to the direction in which our feet point, these non-verbal cues can provide insight into a person's feelings and aspirations. Let's consider a tale about a woman named Sarah. Sarah was an aspiring entrepreneur who had to face numerous potential investors. By observing their body language, she could tell which ones were genuinely interested in her project and which ones were simply going through the motions. She noticed that those who leaned in, maintained eye contact, and had open body postures were more engaged. On the other hand, those with crossed arms, averted gazes, and closed-off postures were less receptive. By using this tactic, Sarah was able to focus her efforts on the right people and ultimately secured the funding she needed. Just like Sarah, you too can learn to read body language. The second tactic is active listening. Now, this isn't merely about hearing words. It's about understanding the essence of what's being said, the emotions behind the words, and the unsaid. Let's consider Alex. He struggled with maintaining meaningful relationships until he discovered the power of active listening. Alex started to focus on his conversations, not just on the surface level, but delving deeper, like an archaeologist digging for hidden treasures. He began to notice the nuances, the shifts in tone, and the subtle pauses. He started to interpret what was left unsaid. The result? His relationships started blossoming. His friends and family felt seen, heard, and understood. Alex's story is a testament to the fact that when you truly listen, you start to understand people on a much deeper level. You begin to read their minds, their desires, their fears, so immerse yourself in the conversation. Let the words wash over you and absorb their meaning. Remember, good listeners are good mind readers. The third tactic is understanding context. Now, context is a bit like the invisible thread that binds everything together. It sets the stage, providing the backdrop against which our thoughts, behaviors, and actions unfold. Let's consider Emily, a team leader in a tech company. Emily noticed that one of her team members, Jack, seemed disengaged during virtual meetings. Instead of making assumptions, she used context. She knew that Jack was a new father and the pandemic had forced everyone to work from home. Emily realized that Jack's seeming disinterest might not be work-related, but could stem from the demands of new parenthood, coupled with the challenges of remote work. Her understanding of the context helped her approach Jack empathetically, leading to a solution that improved his engagement levels. Context is like a compass, guiding our interpretations and responses. It's not about what is said or done, but where, when, and why it happens. As you can see, context is key. The fourth tactic is developing empathy and emotional intelligence. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others, while emotional intelligence involves recognizing, understanding, and managing our own emotions and the emotions of others. Together, these skills can dramatically enhance our ability to read minds. Let's take a look at a man named John. John was a typical guy who struggled with understanding people's feelings and motivations. But then he decided to enhance his empathy and emotional intelligence. He started practicing mindfulness, paying close attention to his emotions and reactions. He also practiced active listening, truly hearing what people were saying instead of just waiting for his turn to speak. Over time, John noticed a remarkable change. He became more attuned to the subtle hints in people's voices and body language. He could perceive people's emotions and intentions more clearly. His relationships improved and he felt more connected to those around him. Empathy and emotional intelligence are powerful tools for mind reading. The fifth tactic is asking the right questions. You see, a well-phrased question can be a powerful tool. It's like opening a window into someone's mind, letting you catch a glimpse of their thoughts and feelings. Consider open-ended questions, the ones that invite more than a simple yes or no. These questions encourage others to share, to express, to reveal. Let's take the story of Lisa. Lisa noticed her friend seemed a bit off. Instead of assuming or guessing, she asked, "You seem a bit quiet today. Is there something on your mind?" This simple yet thoughtful question opened a dialogue, allowing her friend to share what was bothering him. It was a clear demonstration of how the right question can peel back layers, revealing what's beneath the surface. So remember, asking the right questions can be a game changer in understanding others. It's about being curious, being open, and being genuinely interested in understanding. So don't be afraid to ask questions. Now that you know these tactics, you're well on your way to becoming a mind reader. We've journeyed deep into the realm of mind reading, exploring the science, the skills, and the strategies that can help us better understand the thoughts and feelings of others. Let's take a moment to recap these key points. We started with the power of mind reading, a fascinating ability that, while not supernatural, is deeply rooted in our human instincts. It's our innate way to connect, to understand, and to empathize. Then we delved into the science behind mind reading, where neuroscience and psychology intertwine to give us insights into how our brains perceive and interpret the thoughts and emotions of others. We learned about the importance of observing body language. It's like a silent conversation where every gesture, every expression, and every posture reveals a piece of the story. Next, we discussed active listening, a skill that goes beyond just hearing words. It's about truly understanding the message, the emotions, and the subtext behind the spoken language. We then moved on to understanding context, a vital element that shapes our perceptions and interpretations. It's like a compass, guiding us to interpret signals accurately based on the situation and environment. Next, we highlighted empathy and emotional intelligence, two essential components that fuel our mind-reading capabilities. They allow us to feel what others feel and to navigate the complex landscape of human emotions. Finally, we talked about the art of asking the right questions. It's not about prying or being intrusive. It's about showing genuine interest, fostering communication, and unlocking deeper understanding. It's an intriguing journey, isn't it? One that invites us to look beyond the surface, to listen with intent, and to empathize with sincerity. These tactics, when practiced regularly, can help us become better at reading minds, at understanding people, and ultimately, at connecting on a deeper level. Remember, understanding others is a skill that can be learned and improved, so start practicing your mind reading skills today.